Seniors, stop. 3 foods you should never refrigerate. Here's why. What if your refrigerator is silently ruining your health every single day? Sounds impossible, right? But hidden inside that cold box are 3 common foods that react negatively to refrigeration in ways most seniors never hear about. This isn't just about taste or texture, it's about dangerous chemical changes, nutrient loss, and bacterial growth triggered by cold storage. And here's the scary part. Over 99% of people over 60 still refrigerate these foods without realizing the damage it's doing to their gut, heart, and even brain. Some experts now believe the modern obsession with refrigeration may be contributing to the rise in chronic illnesses, but today we uncover the real science. In this video, we will reveal the 3 foods you should never refrigerate and the simple truth about how to store these foods safely. Before we begin, let us know in the comments below where you're watching from, your age, and have you noticed any changes in taste or texture when you refrigerate certain items? We're reading and replying to every single comment with personalized tips and advice. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Now, without any further ado, let's get started. Let's talk about a food that's probably sitting in your kitchen right now, the humble tomato. When you refrigerate tomatoes, you destroy the very nutrients that make them so beneficial, especially for seniors. Let's break down exactly what happens and why this small change in habit could transform your health. Tomatoes are a nutritional powerhouse when stored right. Tomatoes are more than just tasty. They are loaded with nutrients that your aging body needs now more than ever. Here's what's inside every ripe tomato. Vitamin C boosts your immune system and helps your body absorb iron, critical to prevent fatigue and anemia. Lycopene, a powerful antioxidant that helps protect your heart, lowers cancer risk, and supports your skin and eyes. Vitamin A, essential for maintaining sharp vision and healthy skin. Potassium helps regulate blood pressure and prevent muscle weakness. But here's the problem. When you put tomatoes in the fridge, especially when they're still ripening, you interrupt a natural biochemical process. The cold slows down and eventually halts the development of these key nutrients, particularly vitamin C and lycopene. That means your immune system doesn't get the protection it needs. You're missing out on support for your eyes, heart, and skin. And the flavor. It disappears too. What happens to tomatoes in the fridge? At temperatures below 50 degrees Fahrenheit, 10 degrees Celsius, the cell walls in tomatoes begin to break down. This not only ruins the taste and texture, making them mealy and mushy, but also causes the enzymes and antioxidants to degrade. So instead of being a nutrient-rich bite of sunshine, a cold tomato becomes a bland, tasteless slice. With significantly reduced vitamin C and weakened antioxidant capacity, for seniors, that's a big deal, because your body needs every bit of antioxidant power to fight off inflammation, aging skin, joint pain, and oxidative stress. Signs you're eating cold, damaged tomatoes. If you've been storing tomatoes in the fridge for years, you may have noticed they taste dull and watery. You feel gassy or bloated after tomato-based meals, your digestion seems slower, or maybe your immune system feels weaker than usual. You might think it's just getting older, but it could be your tomatoes. When cold disrupts their natural enzymes and fibers, it makes it harder for your gut to process them. That's especially important if you're already dealing with acid reflux, bloating, sensitive digestion, or nutrient deficiencies. How to store tomatoes the right way? Here's what you need to do instead, and it's super simple. Keep them at room temperature. Choose a spot away from direct sunlight, like a shaded counter or pantry shelf. Let them ripen naturally. Tomatoes picked a little early will continue to ripen and develop flavor and nutrients if left out. Place them stem side down. This reduces moisture loss and slows rotting. Keep them in a single layer. Stacking tomatoes can cause bruising, which speeds up. Only refrigerate if they're overripe. If your tomato is very ripe and you need to buy a day or 2 more, you can refrigerate, but let it come back to room temp before eating. That's it, a small change, a big result. Why this matters for senior health? Vitamin C is essential for seniors, and here's why. It helps maintain collagen, keeping your joints and skin strong. It boosts your immune system, helping you fight colds and infections. It enhances iron absorption, fighting fatigue and weakness. Lycopene, that deep red pigment in tomatoes, is one of the strongest anti-aging compounds known to science. It fights free radicals that cause cellular aging, cancer, and heart disease. But both of these nutrients are sensitive to cold. When stored improperly, they fade fast. You're not just storing food, you're deciding how much nourishment your next meal will actually give you. Let's talk about one of the most beloved fruits in the world, the banana. It's soft, naturally sweet, and so easy to eat, especially for seniors who may struggle with chewing or heavy digestion. Well, not if you're storing it the wrong way. Believe it or not, refrigerating bananas may be turning this senior superfruit into a less effective, less nutritious version of itself. In fact, for older adults over 60, this common mistake could be contributing to muscle weakness, nighttime leg cramps, mood swings, and even digestive issues. Let's break it all down and help you get every ounce of health from your bananas. Bananas are more than just a tasty treat. They are nutritional gold, especially for seniors. Here's why. Potassium, vital for heart rhythm, nerve function, and muscle strength. It also helps regulate blood pressure, a critical issue for many seniors. Magnesium, a calming mineral that supports muscle relaxation, sleep quality, and bone health. Vitamin B6, important for brain health, mood stability, and energy metabolism. Natural sugars plus fiber provide steady energy without spiking blood sugar, especially when eaten ripe. That's a powerful list of benefits in one fruit. But all of that can change fast if you're making this one mistake. What goes wrong when you refrigerate bananas? Most people think putting bananas in the fridge keeps them fresh longer. While it's true that cold slows the ripening process, it also interferes with the banana's nutritional chemistry. Here's what happens. The cold stops the starches from fully converting into natural sugars, making them harder to digest. It disrupts potassium and magnesium bioavailability, meaning your body absorbs less of these essential minerals. The cold temperature alters the enzymes inside the banana, the very enzymes that help you digest and absorb its nutrients. In simpler terms, cold bananas equals weaker muscles, more fatigue, and less heart protection. And we haven't even talked about what happens to the peel yet. Have you ever taken a banana out of the fridge and noticed how quickly the skin turns black? That's not just about ripeness. It's a sign of cellular damage caused by the cold. The fruit inside might look okay, but its enzymatic structure is already altered, and that means it won't deliver the same punch of nutrition your body expects. So, while the banana looks fine, you're actually missing out on the potassium that fights cramps, the magnesium that calms your nerves, the B6 that supports memory and focus. And if you're dealing with muscle fatigue, poor balance, or low mood, this matters more than ever. Signs your body is missing banana power, tired or weak legs, cramps in the calves at night, a fluttery heart rate, feeling dizzy when standing up, depression or anxiety, or trouble falling asleep. You may be missing out on potassium and magnesium. Bananas are one of the easiest ways to replenish those minerals if stored correctly. Here's how to store bananas the smart way. Keep bananas at room temperature, anywhere between -70 degrees Fahrenheit, -21 degrees Celsius is ideal. Too hot and they ripen too fast. Too cold and the enzymes get damaged, hang them on a banana hook or hanger. This reduces pressure points and helps them ripen evenly. Keep them away from other fruits. Bananas release ethylene gas, which speeds up the ripening of nearby fruits like apples or avocados. Wrap the stems. If you want to slow down ripening, wrap the stem ends in plastic or foil. This limits ethylene exposure. Freeze only for smoothies. If you have overripe bananas, peel them and freeze for smoothies, but don't freeze bananas you plan to eat raw. But what if you like cold bananas? Some people just like their bananas chilled. If that's you, here's a better option. Slice the banana first, then place it in the fridge for a short time before eating. Or use frozen banana slices blended into a smoothie. That way the damage to nutrients is minimized and your taste preference is preserved. Let's move on to the next food item. Seniors, bread can feel like a daily essential. It's soft, filling, and easy to eat, and with so many whole grain, fiber-rich options today, many people assume that bread is always a good choice. But here's the hidden danger. If you're refrigerating your bread to make it last longer, you may be harming your digestion, feeding inflammation, and spiking your blood sugar without even realizing it. Let's take a closer look at how storing bread in the fridge can work against your health goals, especially after age 60. The truth about bread storage: most people store bread in the fridge to stop it from getting moldy. That makes sense, right? Well, not exactly. Here's what happens when bread is refrigerated. Starch retrogradation. That's a fancy way of saying the starch molecules in bread recrystallize in the cold. This turns the bread dry, stale, and tough even faster than leaving it out. Digestive disruption. Cold, stale bread becomes harder for your body to break down, especially for seniors who may already deal with slower digestion or reduced stomach acid. Nutrient damage. When bread contains preservatives or additives, the cold can actually change their structure, potentially forming gut-irritating byproducts. Blood sugar spikes. Bread that's stored cold and eaten without reheating has a higher glycemic response. That means your blood sugar can spike faster, something seniors with diabetes or insulin resistance need to watch closely. In short, refrigerated bread becomes a gut saboteur, a sugar spiker, and a nutrient thief. And it's happening quietly in your fridge. Signs: your body is struggling with refrigerated bread. Many seniors experience symptoms and blame old age or arthritis when the real culprit could be hiding in your bread drawer. If you've experienced gas, bloating, or stomach heaviness after meals, dry mouth or constipation, joint stiffness or increased inflammation, fatigue or fogginess after eating, blood sugar crashes and energy dips, then it's time to consider how you're storing your bread. And we're not saying don't eat bread. We're saying let's treat it with more care. Because the bread you eat daily should be nourishing your gut, not burdening it. How to store bread properly after age 60. You don't have to stop eating bread, but you do need to store it smarter. Here's what we recommend. Store bread at room temperature for up to 3 to 4 days in a cool, dry place. Use a bread box or a sealed container to reduce moisture. If you buy more than you'll eat in a few days, freeze it. Slice it first. Store in airtight freezer bags. Take out slices as needed and toast them. Avoid the fridge completely. It speeds up staleness and alters the bread's structure. Choose high-quality bread sourdough, 100% whole grain sprouted grain, rye. These breads are more gut-friendly, nutrient-rich, and less likely to spike your blood sugar. Real sourdough bread has beneficial bacteria that may improve gut health and reduce bloating, a perfect choice for seniors. Did you know that simply toasting or warming up your bread can make a huge difference? Warming bread helps soften hardened starches, improves digestion, reduces the glycemic impact, and just makes it taste better. So instead of pulling out a cold slice from the fridge and slapping on butter, try toasting it lightly. Making a warm sandwich or grilled melt, pairing with avocado, olive oil, or eggs. Not only will it feel more comforting, it will also be much gentler on your gut. As we age, small habits can have a big impact on how we feel, and sometimes the things we do out of convenience, like refrigerating certain foods, can silently work against us. In this video, we uncovered 3 surprising foods: tomatoes, bananas, and bread that can become gut irritants, blood sugar triggers, or nutrient destroyers when stored in the fridge. But the good news is, you're now in control. If you found this helpful, please share it with a friend who's also over 60, and let's build a healthier future. One small habit at a time.